Hey everybody, it's the Brain Damage Gamer. Got another Elite video for y'all. Know it's been a little bit. Oh, don't run away, get back here. So I actually found a mission target that I was looking for out free floating in space. Looking for this guy. But I just saw him a second ago and then he just disappeared, so he must have gone a little further ahead of me. Hopefully I can catch up to him and he just doesn't disappear forever. Come on. I don't think I'm going to catch him. No! I just saw him! Oh, is that him ahead? Yes! Haha! Anyway, we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. This is going to be the captain's chair. I'm going to be just talking about things that I've seen in the game and some of the different areas from the forums. So I'm going to have a link down in the forums area down below. Well, it'll be a link to the forums area. It's going to be going over just some of the things that I've seen and things that I wanted to talk about that other people were talking about with the game. So we will be going over some interesting topics, but I'm going to be playing the game at the same time just because it'd be boring to just sit here and stare at me. So kind of like a vlog, but not really because I'm not very good at those things. A little bit of latency there. Yeah, so like a vlog, but not really. That said, I am definitely going to be trying to kill this guy at the same time. But one of the things I'd want to go over was the Xbox game, the Xbone game. I've seen a lot of people absolutely losing their crap over that game. Holy heck. Just because a lot of players that are PC players, like myself, feel that by Frontier developing that game instead of working on the PC game, in some way they've like betrayed us. Oh, that sucks. I emergency stopped. How come it didn't yank him? Alright, we'll head in this direction for just a few seconds to see if he's in there, but I doubt it. I think I just lost him. That's irritating. Ooh, I took a hit to hull integrity too, 98. Anyway, so a lot of PC players think that they've kind of been abandoned and that Frontier doesn't care about us now. Basically, we financed their ability to build it in a different area. Me personally, I don't think that. Let me tell you why. We financed them for Elite Dangerous. This is still Elite Dangerous. It's just Elite Dangerous that is not in exactly the same area, basically. I mean, really, look at it this way. If they have that game available on another platform, that's not bad for us. That gives us more people to play with. Because cross-platform support is one of the things that is a highlight they're talking about when they get the full version out for the Xbone. I know people were upset that, hey, how come they get the CQC update and we don't get it? Well, it's something that we're still going to get. We already have the full established game. I'm going to go ahead and jump out of here. This guy's not here. Wait for the countdown. Okay. So, it's something that we already have the full version of the game. Do we really need that little bit? Not particularly yet. I mean, it's something I'm going to be excited to get when it does become available for us. I think I just saw him for like a fifth of a second. He was off in this direction. Uh-oh, new contacts. Oh, lost a contact. Damn it. This guy's going to be a pain in the ass to find, isn't he? Anyway. But I don't know. I go back and forth on it. I mean, on the one hand, I can see where people are upset because they feel like they're working on their game instead of our game. But the idea eventually is that it'll all be one game. So, me personally, I'm alright with that because I want more players in this game. I want more interaction. I want more capability. Would I like the CQC update already for us? Yes, 100%. Are we going to get it right away? Probably not. Hey, there he is again. Alright, so let's see if we can catch him this time. Now that he's not next to a freaking planet. But I think that it's something that we could be happy that there's more people for instead of just focusing on the negative. Yes, they didn't give us the update first, but do we really need it first? Man, he is quick. I'm gonna have a heck of a time catching you. He's gonna have already got to that damn other planet. But I've gone back and forth. I really have. It's something that I think that maybe we might want to be a little more patient for. If anything, I look at it this way. Hey, I can grab you already. The poor schmucks on the Xbone, which, sorry if I offend anybody that's on it. Y'all are basically beta testing a potentially buggy product for us. So, thank you. I mean, that's my personal opinion. Because I know that they don't have quite all the functionality from what I've been told. I could be way off, but I don't have an Xbox One. I have no intention on getting one. I'm strictly sticking to PC for this whole console generation because, yeah, don't get me started on it. That's a whole nother topic. Come on, you bastard. Drop out. Come on. There he goes. I'm going to spin out and probably lose another % on my hull, though. But I do appreciate all the extra testing that you guys have here. The master is here. Are you talking about me? Me being the master? I don't even know what that means. Oh, what the frick? You ran me, you bastard. Alright, first things first. We're going to get a little chaff out there so you stop hitting me so damn much. Let's get our crap deployed. Yeah, I know. It exceeds limits. So, I mean, that is one thing I wanted to cover. Another was some of the Powerplay modifications they're talking about. There's some pretty sweet ones out there. I know you don't. We are going to reclose the gap on this. I'm going to actually get my shields back, damn it. Anyway. So, another thing I wanted to talk about was the Powerplay system with some of the modifications that they're talking about. Again, link down below for this one. I didn't really link anything for the Xbone stuff because it's kind of a general feeling I've seen everywhere. It's on Reddit. It's on all the major game sites where people are freaking out about the update. But anyway, so with the Powerplay, they're talking about in this little area, the developers are saying, hey, we got some interesting ideas we want to try. One of which is a Powerplay favor system. So instead of it just being merits, during the course of Powerplay, as you do things, you earn favors. And these favors basically get you the ability to boost up your merit ratings and capabilities. So it kind of adds a little bit more flavor to what Powerplay does. It's not just the strict Powerplay. I'm very interested in that. I think it's a great idea. There's also, within that same discussion, they're talking about adding a Powerplay Flag. So anyone that's ever played any other major MMO knows that basically you get these flags. Ah, my shield's gonna go about the time he dies. Pop! Booyah! That worked. Anyway, so it's basically a PvP type flag. So you would get the ability to flag that you want to do your Powerplay status. You want to make it so other people could attack you, and, well, let me step back on that. People will still be able to attack you. It's more of that people would see your faction and say, hey, you're with a faction I don't like. I'm going to go get you. Now, the only thing I worry about with that is how is that going to keep people from abusing the system? I'll just turn off my flag and then I'll go move stuff around everywhere to do this. I would hope they would implement things like, hey, if you're going to turn on the flag, then basically you need to make sure that you have no cargo from your faction and that you're not out killing people with other factions. And if you do, basically it automatically turns the flag back on. I mean, if they did something like that, that'd be great. I'd like that idea. So I kind of like the idea of a flag, though. So that way, if I'm just out tooling around, blowing up random stuff, I don't have to worry about somebody seeing me and attacking me specifically because of my faction rating. I mean, probably not for me. I'll probably never use the thing. I'll probably always leave it on. But, like, if you're a trader, I could see where that would come in handy. You're like, hey, you know what? I'm not doing anything for my people right now. I'm just trying to make some money. So I could see that. Another thing that they were talking about is doing up and down votes. So basically over here in your powers map, I would go in and I go look at the different expansions or controls, and what I do is I'd hit a little plus or minus on this, basically indicating to all of the other people in the faction, hey, we should probably focus on this. So, or you know what, don't bother with that one, that one's lost. If we're doing like a control and we see that there's one that, like here, Basari's under threat, if this was like 700%, I could see people be like, you know what, downvote it, don't worry about it, it's toast, we're gone. So I could see where that might be handy. I don't know if I really like that idea at the same time, because sometimes people downvote things just because they can. So, I don't know, go look at Reddit. Somebody will put up a post about, hey, you know, help save this dying animal, or my friend needs help, we need to help him, blah, blah, blah. You know, all we need is just a little support from people, and you'll see like some dingus is downvoted at 40 or 50 times. Heck, the video I have of one of my kids playing this game, just being a little kid, somebody downvotes it. I don't know why. It's the nature of humanity. So I could see where people could abuse the downvote system just to be a jerk, basically. So, I mean, again, positives and negatives. Well, while we're tooling around, I'm actually going to go do something with this mission. Let's go turn it in. Or actually, I may go... Oh, that's just Empire. Sweet. Oh, I got this tiny little bounty, though. I should probably turn that in. Why not? So, another item I'd want to go over was, they're talking about mission variety and rewards. This is actually a bit of a twofold part that I've noticed, because I've kind of read through some of the forums and checked through some of the areas, and basically they're talking about not only doing that for hours, so it's not just going to be the merit-based system, it's not going to be just about the power play. They're talking about overhauling the whole thing, period, which I am all for. We need more things like that in this game. I would love to see some of like the mission-based things do items like, let's say you're doing a trading mission. You drop off X number of items for this area. On top of giving you money, maybe they give you a couple of tons of cargo. Like, they're like, hey, you know what? You drop this off, here's... Ah, come on. Why y'all gotta attack me? Yes. Just trying to record a video about some comm chatter stuff. Some random butthead pulls me over. Tell you what, man. Criminals. What are you gonna do with them? And it's turned out to be quite the dogfight, because he was part of a group. Oh, no you don't. No. Y'all busted my crap up. Y'all don't just leave. There you go. Bye. Alright. Anyway. Random interruptions, let me tell y'all. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. No, I mean, with the mission variety and some of the things they're talking about doing, so basically you're that hauler or trader, whatever you're flying around in. You go and you drop off your cargo, and they're like, hey, since you did this mission for us, here's some money, and you know what, we'll go ahead and chuck in some rares. Have a couple of tons of rares. So stuff like that, I'd love to see stuff like that. Or even with what I'm doing with the bounty hunting. Hey, you know what, so you killed this guy, let's go ahead and give you this money because you were owed it, and then if you want, here's an optional extra mission to hunt down a couple of his friends that we happen to know are in this area. So, you know, kind of expanding upon that concept of the initial mission. So it would give you a lot more of the variety where you could get chain missions and end up, I just killed that one guy, what if maybe I got a mission now to go hunt down his cronies that are like 2 jumps away? So, you know, getting that extensive time window of mission instead of just, hey, here's exactly what you got and you're done. So I think something like that would be interesting, and changing up the rewards a little bit, or depending upon, you know, the bounty hunting mission, if it's a high enough level, be like, hey, you know what, here's some high-end gear. If you're doing like an elite mission where you have to really go and fight some heavy stuff in order to get through it. So I think stuff like that could be interesting and definitely add a lot to the game itself, add to the whole concept of the gameplay genre as well, as opposed to what we have now is pretty kind of small and limited in a lot of ways. It's just, here's your stuff, you're done. I'd even like to see some missions where it's hunting down, like, again, going back to the power play, hunting down people from an opposing faction is part of the mission. Go find some players. I think that could be interesting as well. So, yeah, but that's just some of the basic ideas that I'd had. Like I said, the captain chair is going to be just kind of this open forum where I'm going to kind of talk about all sorts of random stuff. I am probably going to be looking at doing some live events at some point in time. The catch-22 that I have with that is I have kids and work. But all that kind of stuff might be changing in the future as far as my scheduling for work and things like that. Kids aren't going anywhere. But if that does happen, then I might be able to devote a little bit more time to, man, about sitting here yabbering. I about freaking tried to dock in without having asked for permission. Anyway. But, yes, it's something that I'm going to be looking at in the future as far as, live events where people could send me real-time questions, do a little QA session, see what the Brain Damage Gamer has in regards to all this. But keep in mind, all this stuff, whenever I do this is just my opinion. I'm not saying it's fact. I'm not saying it has to be that way. It's just random thoughts for me. But that's all that we have for today, folks. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you have any comments or suggestions, things you want me to talk about, topic ideas, feel free to throw them in the comments down below. Thanks again for watching.